girl, she dey kneel for grave where my uche dey. Papa Emeka, don't blind from growing. Pikin don't fall, now watch up, I'm raw. Me self, they shake my hand, no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now dust we more. If we don't stop this night where we dey share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know, babe.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she no sabi this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try yo.
Back up joins with the trembling. Oh, hey. If we no join now, our children go so.
This is my wicked word. This is my Confucian word. Listen to Palibran. I'm really telling you a story about the one lady girl. Pali they go to work to. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. Driver they go. Driver they go. Opposite Udi. But the right hand the side. Along the school road. I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver waiting they happen. Driver waiting they happen. Driver tell the Pali boy. See no day for talk. See no day for talk. If better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. Driver waiting. Driver waiting. This is my wicked word. This is my Confucian word. Listen to Palibran.
What's that matter? We're not fighting each other. We know where we're going. We're going to get Biafra. There is nothing anybody can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. I need them to understand this. We've crossed the Rubicon, the point of no return. There is nothing anybody can do. If I'm alive, if I'm dead, if I'm wherever I may be, Biafra will come. If I'm dead, it's even better because it will come far more quicker. I can assure you. If Biafra is fighting for you, no one will touch your property. If you're fighting alone, you're bound to lose it. So Biafra is the best. We will become the 16th member country of ECOWAS. If Nigeria doesn't release those properties, then we'll take them to court and we'll get them back. Even twice the value. The Jews had investments all over the world. Most of the priceless artifacts and paintings belong to many families in Germany. It was stolen by the Nazi Party. Do you know that? Eventually they got everything back with compensation on top of it. That's what we're going to do. If you touch our investments, we'll come back for you. And we'll know where we can get it from. So there is nothing for anyone to worry about. It's only if I'm not stopping you from being a Nigerian. If you are born on the streets of Lagos and you want to be a Lagosian and your name is Adamma, oh well and good. There's no problem.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everyone that has connected to the program, wherever you are connecting from. I thank you for being part of this program. Please like and share to other platforms. Share to family and friends. Share to those that are close to you. Join us and let us spread this gospel and speak to Biafran people. We are going to do and continue to do what we are supposed to do. No matter the propaganda, the blackmail that they coming, no matter the attacks, we will continue to preach this gospel and make sure everyone joins us. We will continue to send this message across and continue to educate the world about the situation in Biafra land. We will never allow them to take away our voice. We will not allow them to hijack our voice. We will continue to speak, and we will continue to speak in the highest level that we can ever be. No matter how they try to restrict us, no matter how they try to stop us, we will continue. So join us, like and share as you join us, so that we can get to other people that want to join. You know, the attack has always continued, but no matter how they try to attack us, we will not relent. The more they try to stop us, the more we continue to send the message. So wherever you are, like and share the program. Invite somebody to join us on this very section. Let us spread the message to those who are supposed to hear us. The atrocities of Nigerian government have continued to increase against the Biafran people. The attack against Biafran people have increased. And we will continue to speak, we will continue to talk, and we will continue to evangelize. No matter how difficult it is, no matter how they try to make it hard for us, we will never give up. They are trying as much as they can to stop us, to make us run away from our responsibility. But the more they try, the more we see reasons to fight even harder. The more they try to stop us, the more we see reasons to do what we have to do and do it much more than we have ever done. So we welcome everyone that have joined us. Continue to invite people as you join. Don't just be there alone. Once you come in, click like and make sure you invite somebody. Very, very important. That is the way we can be able to overcome the challenges that is facing us. Wherever you are, as you join us, like and share the program. Share to family and friends. Share to your neighbors. You know why we are here, and you know what this platform stands for. This is a platform that stands for the United States of Biafra, speaking for the freedom of Biafran people, making sure that the voice of Biafrans is heard. We will never ever give up, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how troublesome it is. We will continue to air our opinion and speak even louder than we have ever done. We will continue to do what we have to do to see that the freedom of Biafra is actualized. Biafra declaration is not the end of it. After the declaration, what do you do with that declaration? What do you do with that declaration? You must have to work it out. Work it out and do what you have to do to see that everyone is carried along. The work is even getting much more tougher and much more harder. But we cannot run away because of how tough and how hard it gets. They say when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Remember what Mazin Nandekanu said, that time has come when we have to go and take back our strength, take back our spirit of perseverance. You must be ready to persevere. You must be ready to persevere. This is the time. This is the time. There is no other time more than this. We must be ready to do what we have to do, and the time is now. This is the time we know those who are who. Those who are seriously in need of the freedom and those who are not in need of it. So the time is now. Don't fall for the propaganda. Don't fall for the attacks. Don't be weak because of what you are seeing. Those of us who are broadcasting, if we focus on the attack we are getting on a daily basis, we will not broadcast. We will not broadcast. But because we know what we are doing and we know that this is a responsibility that lies on us, we cannot run away from it. We continue to speak, we continue to broadcast, we continue to talk and shout on our platforms against all odds, and we will continue to do so. No matter what they do, no matter what they say and how they say it, we will never ever give up. Giving up is not in our dictionary. It is not even part of it. If any one of you think that giving up is wanting to be considered, never. And this evening, I want to ask you, what kind of a Biafra do you want? It is very important that we answer this question and answer it sincerely. What kind of Biafra do you want? You that is watching me there, I'm asking you, what type of Biafra do you really want? Are you looking for a Biafra of sincerity or Biafra of liars? Are you looking for a Biafra of propaganda and blackmail or Biafra of truthfulness? Remember, the foundation of Biafra is laid on truth. I'm talking about the foundation laid by Mazin Nandekano in this new generation of the redeclaration of Biafra. This one that we are part of, that we have seen. For those who are talking about the 1967, 1966, those who are talking about from 1967 to 1970 Civil War. When we talk about it, they say we are not there. We didn't hear. But even if we are not there, we know what transpired and we can feel it even up to now. We can feel the effect of that war. Up to this moment as I speak, we can still feel the effect. So wherever you are and you are watching this program, I want to ask you, what kind of Biafra do you want? In this time that we're in, I am very sure the kind of Biafra I want. I am very sure of the Biafra I heard about and I followed from the supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano. Mazi Nnamdi Okukano made it very, very clear. He never missed word. He said, I will use the truth and the truth alone to destroy Nigeria. When Mazen Nandekano spoke about destroying Nigeria, he said it several times, and people were wondering where he kept the weapon of warfare. Some people were contemplating who is his sponsors. Some Biafrans went to the extent of holding a meeting and told people not to give him money so that he cannot be able to destroy their empire, where they have built their falsehood and lies. They thought it was just in carrying arms, but Mazen Nandekano went further to make it clear that he is going to destroy Nigeria with the truth. I ask you that is watching me today, what have you seen? Haven't Mazen Nandekano succeeded in destroying Nigeria with the truth? Haven't Mazen Nandekano succeeded in destroying Nigeria with the truth? Mazen Nandekano have crippled Nigeria with the truth. And it is still based on that truth that our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa came on board. And every one of us joined him. So many of us that joined Mazen Nandekano from his own time was because of the truth. Mazen Nandekano never blackmailed any Biafran. Not even the Janjaweed. Mazen Nandekano did not blackmail the Janjaweed. He was only speaking the truth. Every single word that Mazen Nandekano spoke have always been the truth. And I follow that foundation. That is why I don't speak about things I'm not sure about. Including the death of late Muhammad Buhari. Up to this moment, nobody has come to challenge Mazen Nandekano, even now that he is in the Nigerian territory. We know that as we speak, that he is in Nigerian territory. And yet, nobody have come to challenge our Sweet Mazen Nandekano and say, what you said is not real. It is not true. Up to this moment, nobody has come out and said that what Mazen Nandekano spoke about during the time of Buhari is a lie. Even when he is in their court, among all the charges, one of the charges that is supposed to nail Mazen Nandekano is defamation, if at all it was wrong. But nobody mentioned defamation in all the case of Mazen Nandekano. That is how truthful he is. Even if you don't agree with him, it will just take some little time. You begin to agree. Today, even his enemies are confessing him because he's speaking the truth. It is because of the truthfulness of Mazen Nandekano. That was why Mazi Simon Ekpa worked with him. It is the truthfulness of Mazen Nandekano. That was why Mazi Simon Ekpa left his comfort zone in Finland, left his political career in Finland, left all the enjoyment he has to enjoy, left his connection with Nigerian government, and begin to speak about Biafra. It is because he saw Mazen Nandekano truthfulness. It was that truthfulness that attracted Mazi Simon Ekpa to Mazen Nandekano. And Mazi Simon Ekpa decided to sacrifice every single thing he has made and worked for, including the things that some of us are having as prayer point. Somebody have gotten it and he gave it up for our freedom. So when I ask, what kind of Biafra do you want? Do you want that kind of Biafra that convinced Mazi Simon Ekpa to abandon everything and join in it? Are you fighting for the same freedom, the same Biafra that made Mazen Nandekano to abandon everything, his career, his life completely, gave up his life and continue to pursue? Or are you pursuing a different Biafra altogether? I want an answer. What kind of Biafra do you want? Today we are seeing many camps. The camp of Okeke, the camp of Okafo, the camp of Okonkwo, the camp of Okorie. Different camps. My problem is not that you are having different camps. The problem is, what are you doing with that camp you are creating? What are you doing? If you create your group or section and you focus on the enemy of Biafra, there is no problem about it. That is what we want. We need to generate as many force as possible to fight against our enemy, because our case is extraordinary. So if you are creating those camp to go against our enemy, I agree with you 100%. But when you create those camps to extort money from your brothers and sisters, to dehumanize your brothers and sisters, to fight, push propaganda and blackmail, to engage in saga against your brothers and sisters, is that the kind of Biafra you want? And I ask you, what is different between you and those people you want to live in Nigeria? What is the difference between you and the one Nigeria is? Every one of us know that Nigerian media, what they deal with is propaganda and blackmail. You can never get the truth in Nigerian media. Even something that happened in their backyard, they will not report it. They wait for script that is written so that they can play that script. I ask again, what type of Biafra do you want? Is it the same Biafra that Mazen Nandekano is ready to die for? Is it the same Biafra that Mazen Simon Ekpa gave up his career? Is that the Biafra you are fighting for? And all you do is to extort money right, left, and center. All you do is to dehumanize your fellow Biafran. All you do is to lie. You lie with the position you are given. You lie and lie and lie and continue to lie. You don't have conscience. You think in lies you can get Biafra. You can't get anything. You think in lying that you can be able to make any impact or get, you can't. Don't. Biafra will not be actualized in lies. Speak the truth. You don't need to quote anything. Let you cook Kabiamo. Whose project it is to bring Biafra, do the rest. Just allow Chukwu Okakabiyama to do his job. You don't need to help him. Do your own part. You don't need to help him. Do your own part and allow him to do what he has to do. Some of us have forgotten about the real problem. Some of us have taken our mind away from the real issue. And we are focusing on something that is meaningless, something that doesn't really matter. We have forgotten the real problem. And we are focusing on issues that doesn't really matter. We know who our enemy is. The Fulani Janjaweed, the British authorities, the colonial masters. And as we speak, they have taken over our land. And you are not worried. The Fulanis are taking over our land. And this is something that is planned to Islamize Biafra land and Fulanize Biafra land. The Fulanization of Nigeria is almost complete. The Fulanis are in charge in all the bushes you can think about today in Nigeria. Every bush in Nigeria, the Fulanis are in charge. The only place they are not in charge is the place where we have the Liberation Army of Biafra. That is the only place they are not in charge. The only place they are not in charge is where you have the Liberation Army of Biafra. Every other place they have taken over. You saw the voice message that was sent. When that idiot was talking and calling names, he mentioned the places where they are. The only place he confessed that the Fulanis present and not felt is where the Liberation Army are. Are you not worried about this? Why are you not concerned? Why are you not worried about the taking over of Biafra land by the enemies? Biafra land have been taken over by the Janjaweed. Gradually, they are running over our land. And all you do is to push propaganda and blackmail. All you do is to extort money and keep for yourself. All you do is to focus on your selfish interests. All you do is to seek for power, command and control. You want to be the one in charge. You are not concerned about what is going on in Biafra land. You are not worried in the blood that is being spilled in Biafra land. Some of them come out, they talk. You think they mean it. They don't mean it. They come and cry on how the Liberation Army are not taken care of. They come and they show concern and speak so many grammar, but at the end of the day, what are they doing? Nothing. They neither support the Liberation Army nor encourage them. What kind of a Biafra do you want? Some of you do not know what is coming. It's either you know and you pretend that you don't know. The danger in Nigeria is not a small one. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made a revelation of this danger very long time ago, and people didn't take it serious. As if that is not enough, security agents that worked, people that worked for Nigeria, took life for Nigeria, took risks for Nigeria, came out and confessed of what is happening today. And when they made that revelation, nobody paid attention. You are still laughing and joking. What is happening in Nigeria today, nobody is going to save you. Only you will save yourself. Because every insecurity in Nigeria today is benefiting the West. The people that are beneficiary of the insecurity in Nigeria today are the West. The more insecurity they have, the more opportunity they have to steal your wealth. The more opportunity they have to extort the mineral resources in your area. That is why they don't care about you, they don't care about me. If the West cared about Nigeria, by this time, the disintegration of Nigeria must have been completed. It's supposed to have been completed. The West should have supported the Biafran people to make sure that Nigeria disintegrates. It is not a bad thing to do. That is the best thing that can happen to Nigeria, disintegration. In fact, that is the best thing that can happen to the world. The three major regions, or call it four, go their separate ways. The Southeasterners, the Biafran people, go their ways. The Southwesterners go their separate ways. And the Northerners go their ways. The Middle Belt can go on their own. These are people of like minds. These are people of same value system. The contraption called Nigeria divided itself. It doesn't need mathematics. It doesn't need professionals to come and sit down and begin to divide. The country on its own have divided itself how it should be. It's just a question of embracing it and doing things that are supposed to be done. But unfortunately, some people have decided that it will not happen. Today, most of us are focused on blackmail and propaganda against ourselves. We don't even talk about things that matters. When you look at what is happening in Biafra land today, so many of us are not even worried. They are not concerned. They don't care. They don't care. The things that are happening in Biafra land today, the loss of life that is happening in that zoological republic. I am talking about the issue of Biafra because Biafra is where I belong. But what about other people, other region, other ethnic group? What are they doing? Are they not feeling the hate? Are they not seeing what we are seeing? Is it not happening to them? It is even happening to them worse than it is happening to us. For some reason, they have refused to say a word. For some reason, they have accepted their fate. They do not care anymore. What about us Biafrans? Are we going to be doing the same thing they are doing? Are we going to be following their own pattern? Is it not time we rise up, we stand up for ourselves and do what is right? How long shall we continue to wait? How long shall we continue to wait? Nigeria is not meant for anybody, not for the Southeasterners, not for the Southwesterners, not even for the Hausas. The contraption called Nigeria is not meant to serve anyone. Not at all. It was meant to serve the interests of the West. You and I know that. But for some reason, some of us pretend that it is not true. For some reason, some of us have refused to accept this truth, the bitter truth. Wherever you are, as a Biafran, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike to focus on the real enemy. Focus on the real enemy. Your brother is not the real enemy. Even though we are having great concern these days, the most dangerous obstruction we are having is from our brothers. Because some of us have refused to see reasons and do what they are supposed to do. Some of us are focusing on things that does not matter, and they allow things that matters to go. Wherever you are as a Biafran, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okike to continue to stand tall and focus on the things that matters. Propaganda is not going to give us Biafra. Lies will not give us Biafra. Only the truth upon which that foundation was laid will give us Biafra. The earlier you begin to speak the truth, the better. While you are busy pushing propaganda and blackmail against yourself, the Fulani Janjaweed are busy trying to put Sharia in the constitution of Nigeria. While some people are busy talking about the Igbos, Biafrans, who are fighting for their freedom, you are busy and you are concerned about the Igbo Biafrans. Your major concern is the Igbo Biafrans. Why must they succeed? Why must they survive? Why must they ask for freedom? Why you are doing that? The Janjaweed is bidding, putting Sharia in the law of the zoo. The invasion of the Southeast have already started. I don't know what you are waiting for. That very invasion that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu shouted about have started. That thing that Mazen Samuel Ekpa is trying to prevent have started. And I don't know who is going to stand for you this time. I don't know who is going to stand for you this time. The war has started. That thing that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu spoke about, many people talked about it, but none of us pays attention. It is now happening. And I bet you more and more things are going to happen. More and more things are going to be revealed. It is just a question of time. Whether you like it or not, whether you pay attention or you don't pay attention, it is going to happen. Some of you have forgotten that we were given an assignment. We have forgotten what we are supposed to do after the declaration of Biafra. Mazi Simon Ekpa gave us an assignment on what we do, how to secure our land. But so many of us have forgotten that very word. Instead, we focus on propaganda, blackmail, calling names, pushing lies. That is where we focus. But Mazen Simon Ekpa told us what we should do. One of his last messages, one of the last messages of Mazen Simon Ekpa, I'm going to play that message One of the last messages of Master Simon about what he said we should prepare to do. And before we pray that message,
Good afternoon, fellow
I want us to pay attention. One of the last messages of Master Simon Epa, somebody asking how we can sustain the security we achieved at that time. How can we sustain it? And Master Simon Epa made it clear and told us what we will do to sustain what we have already achieved. Let us listen to this. This is one of the last messages of Master Simon Epa while he was with us. I want you to pay attention to this message.
Good afternoon, fellow Biafrans. This is the 11th day of November 2024, and I am here again to respond to a question by somebody who just asked me, Prime Minister, what do we do to sustain peace and security we brought to Biafra land? And I told him, and I said, I am going to make this video to respond because I know many people are going to ask this question. So here is my response.
The question the person asks is, what are we going to do to sustain the security we have been able to achieve in Biafran territory? This is one of the last messages of Master Simon Epa before he was taken away from us. November last year. November last year, he answered the question, what we are supposed to do, how we are going to sustain what we have achieved. I want you to hear him what he said, and you ask yourself, are you doing that thing that he said now? Pay attention.
This is the 11th day of November 2024.
11th November
2024,
last year.
Respond to a question by somebody who just asked me, Prime Minister, what do we do to sustain peace and security we brought to Biafra land? And I told him, and I said, I am going to make this video to respond because I know many people are going to ask this question. So here is my response. The only way to sustain the peace that we have brought to Biafra territory and to the Biafra people is to make sure that Nigeria never breach within our territory. The Nigerian terrorist army, Nigerian terrorist state police, and every armed carrying person under Nigeria within Biafra territory must not be allowed to breach because they are the main cause of insecurity. They are the terrorists that have been terrorizing people, facilitating the attack against indigenous people, and shielding these ragtag terrorists when they come to kill. So we are not going to allow them to breach Biafra territory until Biafra become an independent state, recognized under international community and United Nations. I want you to take a look at where Nigeria is breathing, how the security situation are in those places. Take a look in Yoruba land. Nigeria is breathing in Yoruba land. 29,000 people have been reportedly killed by Fulani terrorists. Look at the northeast, northwest, where Nigeria is breathing. There are many terrorist groups springing up on daily basis. Innocent women and children are being neutralized. Take a look in the middle belt, where Nigeria is breathing. There are people who have given birth to their children inside IDP camp, and many of them, many of those children are today 19 years of age. What does that tell you? It means that people have actually left and fled their ancestral land, have been living in IDP camp for more than 19 years. And without any plan for them to reclaim their land is now being occupied by strangers. Who are those strangers? Fighters that were actually killing people and chasing them out of their own land. Nigeria is breathing. That's the reason why we decided that the solution to sustain this security in our land is to make sure that Nigeria never breathes. And that's what's happening this week. Thank you very much.
You've heard that from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. What are we doing today? And is Nigeria not breathing in Biafra land today? Of course, Nigeria is breathing today. And that is why Biafra land today has become much more insecure than ever. Mazi Simon Ekpa made it clear. If we want our land to be secured, Nigeria must not breathe in our territory. And when he said Nigeria must not breathe, we know that the security apparatus of Nigeria are the ones protecting the terrorists. Any place the security of Nigeria are in charge, terrorists will be reigning supreme in that very area. Any place Nigerian capture, the terrorists will be reigning supreme. Nobody will challenge them. It is because Nigeria is reigning supreme in the northern part of Nigeria. That is why today the northern states are in the hand of the terrorists. Look at the middle belt. They can't even stand up for themselves. And the terrorists are in charge. They take life as many as they want. Today, they are coming to take position in Biafra land because we have refused to do what we are supposed to do. We have allowed them to breathe. We have allowed them to breathe in our place. Today, you see the kind of insecurity in Biafra land. You hear the report we are getting. Places are taking over. Homes are taking over. Our forest is occupied. You see the Janjaweed terrorists in uniform coming in from village to village. They are going village to village, taking over villages. They are going village to village, occupying places. We have seen several videos of a testimony how they try to create ground. They chase away our people. They literally chase away the indigenous of the land and allow the place for terrorists to take over. And as they are doing this, they are blackmailing our liberation army. And some of us Biafrans buy into this blackmail. They buy into this blackmail. The causes of the insecurity in Nigeria is the Nigerian government. The federal government of Nigeria sponsor the insecurity by themselves. It is not a propaganda. It is not a blackmail. And because of this, I am going to take you back now. I am going to take you back to a message that was delivered, an interview that was granted in the same Zoological Republic media by an air commodore. An air commodore in Nigeria was granted an interview. I want to play that interview to refresh our memory. You know, when we say Nigerian government is responsible for the insecurity in Biafra land, some people will think we are saying it as a propaganda. It is not a propaganda. It is actually the truth and nothing but the truth. And that is why each time we speak, we come with video evidence so that people who are not aware, people of the world, Biafrans and Nigerians alike, who are not aware, we begin to pay attention. I want you to listen to the interview of this man, Kunle Olawumi. This man is a security officer in Nigeria, a top security officer, a man that have gone to secret mission for Nigeria, missions that took life, missions that involve a very top secret issues. This man you are seeing here, Kunle Olawumi, was involved, including the installment of the Janjaweed Buhari that died. This man was involved. I want you to listen to his interview. I believe that this interview is going to open up your mind and make you understand more. Maybe you have forgotten. It's a very old interview. I want to refresh your memory. Let us go through this interview once again for you to know when we say Nigerian government is in charge of the insecurity in Biafra and we must not allow them to breathe. That is the word of our Prime Minister. After listening to this interview, you will now understand why you must not allow Nigeria to breathe in Biafran territory. I want you to pay attention. Don't get distracted. Let's hear.
What I'm requiring is the removal of section, the removal of personal in section 24 of the Constitution, section 262, section 7.
Sorry, let me move it forward so that we can go directly to where we want to. I don't want to hear all these cock and bull stories. We don't have time for all the useless talks.
The removal of section, the removal of personal in section 24 of the Constitution, section 262, section 277, and section 288, so that other relevant laws like the public, the commercial law, Islamic commercial law, the Islamic company law, the Islamic international law can have a place in the Constitution.
For record, I want you to pay attention. This man is demanding, this man you are seeing here is indirectly demanding for Sharia law to be placed in Nigerian constitution. This is the demand this man is making, to put Sharia law in the constitution of Nigeria. They want to put Islamic law, Sharia, into the constitution. I want you to pay attention. Let me allow him to play before we go to Olawumi, whatever. It is important. Just listen to what this man is saying.
277 and section 288, so that other relevant laws like the public, the commercial law, Islamic commercial law, what I'm requiring is the removal of section, the removal of personal in section 24 of the Constitution, section 262, section 277, and section 288, so that other relevant laws like the public, the commercial law, Islamic commercial law, the Islamic company law, the Islamic international law can have a place in the Constitution.
Okay, so that's a background because remember that bill that was moved on the floor of the House of Representatives on the expansion of certain provisions of Islamic laws. And then there was a lot of uproar in different parts of the country as well, many not understanding what is going on here. And then, who knows, Mr. Kunolami, then his narratives were...
The man was demanding for expansion, bringing into Islamic law into the law of Nigeria. It is already there, or not that it's not there. It is already there, but they want to expand it more to other parts of Nigeria to accommodate. They want to take... When you hear about Fulanization and Islamization of Nigeria, some of you think it's a joke. The bill was passed there. This man stood up and he was demanding for the Islamic law to be expanded, not just in the northern part of Nigeria, push it to all the southern part, expand it. You see how he was boldly saying it there. And all these people sat down. Some of you have forgotten. You have forgotten about this video. I want to trace it from there. Why we must not allow them to breathe in Biafran territory.
We have spoken about some time ago, many trying to see if they could connect the dots. But let's listen to this one before we come back to him.
If a fish is going to get spoiled, it's going to start getting spoiled from the head. The DSS will not do anything except the commander-in-chief's body language shows that this is the direction I want to go. That is where the problem is. The DSS has tremendous information. By the time 2023 is here and somebody take over and wants to undo some of this evil that I've seen in this country, you'll be surprised names that the DSS will bring out. They have the information. There's nothing I'm going to say here that they don't have. The defense headquarters have the solution for the kinetic aspect. They do. I'm not going to come here to advise them. I work with them and they're still there. The chief of naval staff was in the intelligence with me. We were together in the Defense Intelligence Agency. That's Vice Admiral Gambo. I know these people are good. They know what to do. It's not that they have problems. It has to do with politics. the sponsors, people that feel that this country should be Islamized. It's not about ransom. I just want to confirm to Mark that she is right. It's not about ransom. They just want to pass a message. We can come in. We can do what we need to do. And there are some hardliners in this.
I want you to hold that statement that the problem you today is not about ransom. You know, sometimes people come and cry about ransom, they are collecting ransom. It is not just about the ransom. They want to pass a message that they can Fulanize Nigeria, Islamize Nigeria without anybody stopping them. They are testing the water on daily basis, and they test it and see that nobody can stand them. And they have people all the way from presidency that is supporting them. So it is not just about the ransom. Ransom is just the elementary part of it. The major thing they are pursuing is to send out a message to let you know that they are in charge. Fulanis own Nigeria, as they said. Anytime you address yourself as a Nigerian, Fulanis own you. Get it right. They own you. It doesn't matter what you think or how you feel. That is what it is. They have pushed that narrative, and it is clear to everyone.
Government that are sponsoring this kind of narratives. They just want to show that they can Islamize this country. They think about Taliban, they think about the Mujahideens, and they want to replicate it in this country. And they don't care what happened. They simply don't care, as long as at the end of the day, there's Sharia, and there is whatever thing they have in their head, and they want to achieve. So these people that are sending messages are sponsored by Nigerians. Well, he's here with us now. That was several years ago. Colonel, the former Navy Commander, Professor of Global Security Studies, also Nigerian Defense Academy. Good morning, and thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much. After 3 years, we have seen it.
I know, sir. Several things must have been going through your mind when you saw all of those bills, the propositions, the narrative, the comments making the rounds only recently, even though 3 years after you made that comment. So tell us, what was going through your mind when you saw all of these things are still playing out what you had spoken of earlier?
I think just basically confirm my fears, when I was saying those things, a lot of colleagues didn't like what I was saying. Some people felt that I'm anti-Islam. My dear, I'm from a Muslim background because my grandmother married a Muslim man after the husband died, and all my cousins, all my sisters, grandchildren, they are Muslim. I have a Muslim background. And I don't know, that was how we attest to it, that when I took him with the Minister of Defense, to Italy, they were my guests in Italy, and I took them to the largest mosque in Milan, and we prayed together in the mosque. And I think I will tell you, I took him to Al-Aqsa Mosque in Israel to pray, and I have nothing against Israel. But you see, we are talking about identity and governance in this country. Identity and governance. It is so discouraging to know that at this century, we are still at this level of religious understanding. We are still at this level where I would say most of the things that we call religion, either Christianity, Islam, are basically some historical books that were plagiarized by most of the religions. I don't want to be specific. Now, these are ancient historical books that were plagiarized, and people decided to use them to either enslave you or take over your land and so on. And I'm really discouraged because at this level, Nigerians are so uneducated when it comes to religion. That the Arabs, the British, the Romans, They use religion actually to capture your state, to enslave you. If we look at most of the religions, I don't want to be specific, they all practice slavery and also. So for us to be at this point where we're supposed to be talking about the hunger that is pervasive in Nigeria today, the inflation rate, the poverty, we are basically sitting in the hollow chamber, and what we can discuss is that they want to remove personal from something, and that's what they are going there to do. When people are dying, people are committing suicide, families are collapsing, and they will sit down there and start talking about removing personal so that they can basically Islamize the country finally, because once you remove that personal, technically now Nigeria is Islamized.
All right, I want to be able to get the understanding of that, because the sections that were sought, the places that they were looking for amendments to, sections 24, 262, 277, and 288. And what I'm seeing here, Ali Musao, at the time when he suggested these changes, the 1999 Constitution, removing the word personal whenever it is mentioned from the section, allowing Islamic law to stand on its own. Explain to me the correlation between that and Islamizing the country, just so we can understand where you're coming from on this debate.
Yeah, where I'm coming from is very simple. You know, we may think it's semantic, but it is not. You know, let's not just talk about issue of marriage, you know, things that are personal, maybe inheritance, maybe divorce, you know. But if you look at the antecedents, you know, Sampala started this by introducing something that is taking care of criminal laws. Okay? So now they want to extend it. Instead of them to actually discuss the 1999 Constitution, it is a fraud already. That Constitution is a fraud. Now what you are doing now, you want to start, you know, advancing the interest of those religious groups to actually now confirm that Nigeria is an Islamic state. And let me tell you something that people don't know. This thing was caused by the British. Between 1900 and 1960, they knew that they cannot govern the North except they allowed them to practice their religion, and they were using their religious leader to basically govern them. It is called indirect rule. Immediately after independence in 1960, the British knew that they shouldn't have forged these two people together. They know. But because they want to achieve the divide and rule and to be able to conquer and take our resources and steal whatever they want to steal over the years, they merged these two people together. They could not govern the North and South under one religious or administration. They know. So they now became independent and merged two people to work together. That was why the 1960 coup started. That was how the Civil War started. Now, 86, Babangida came with OIC storm, trying to Islamize us. It didn't work. In 2000, when 1999-2000, when Obasanjo came, he permitted them to start practicing Sharia. Today now, they want to consolidate it. Once you remove that person, all of us, whether you are outside Igbo, Yoruba, Jukun, the Christian, traditional, you are now under the law, the Islamic law, because they put it in the Constitution.
But listening to the member that was representing Ahoda East, Abu Aludua Federal Constituency, River State, I want to get his words. He said personal matters that was envisaged, he says, by the people who drafted this constitution. And I want to quote it. The implication is, if the word personal is removed, Islamic law would have broader implications. The word personal was put there for a reason. Let's talk a bit about this whole conversation about Islamizing the country with our population and our dynamics. You know, is it possible that someone can sneak this in at some point and force all of us under some sort of regulation that we do not ascribe to? Is it possible that this can happen in this country?
It is possible, and don't be deceived. It's going to happen. Do you know Constantinople? Today's Turkey. They were almost 98% Christian before now. Today, there is an Islamic country. I did Islam in my master's program, and I was trained by Professor Ali Jan. He's a Persian. He's an Iranian American. And I scored A, that's excellent in Islam. So I know them. It may take them 1,000 years to Islamize Nigeria. So they will take it slowly, gradually. They don't forget. All of us will be dead after some time. Our children that don't care, or this Gen Z will come. They will still Islamize this country. If they can do it in Turkey, today's Turkey, what stops you? Why do you think they won't do it here? Except we take steps now, because we are the ones that are talking about these things. Our next generation in 50 years will not even care. You understand? So I'm thinking that if some part of the country, I don't want to be specific, if they feel strongly about an ideology, a religious, but I think they can restrict it to their area. And I think maybe Tinubu should do well by developing this issue of regional autonomy where everybody should organize themselves. Or at worst, let the country actually go apart, and you can do whatever you want in your area. I've come to that conclusion that I don't think we can stay together because of this very strong belief about religion. So it's either we stay together or people should mind their religion and stay where they are and practice what they want. Imposing it on others is wrong. I study Islam, and I don't want to talk blasphemy here. If I start talking about Islam in the next 3 hours, we will not live here.
No, we don't want you to talk blasphemy either. Talking about our country, in many, we are not a religious country, so to on paper. We're a secular nation. What kinds of conversations should we be having with the Nigerian people, especially the younger generation, about how to ensure that we remain secular, where you can practice your religion in any part of the country that you please without imposing your views or belief systems on any other person? What kind of conversations should we be having, and what should our lawmakers be thinking at the back of their minds? At least they've made the first step, which is dropping this bill and ensuring that it doesn't go through. But in subsequent conversations that you said will inevitably come up, what should we be doing as a people to ensure this doesn't happen?
I'm going to the extreme. For me, if you look at Sudan, now, North Sudan, South Sudan, I think we should have Northern Nigeria and Southern, that they can practice whatever they want. There's no dialogue because they will not stop. I still do it, may take 1,000 years. They will still do it.
Did you hear this man make a categorical statement when he was asked, what are they going to do to stop these people from Islamizing Nigeria? He made it very clear. They will not stop. The only solution is that everybody should go their separate ways. Disintegrate the country. Let those in the north practice what they want. Those in the southwest practice what they want. Those in the southeast do what they want. The solution, which is exactly what we are pursuing today. And by the way, the man that is speaking is a senior security officer of Nigeria, worked for Nigeria, killed for Nigeria, did a lot of things for Nigeria. This man that is speaking, an insider to the core. And he made it clear, as for thinking that these people will stop pushing this agenda, they will never stop. He was asked, what are we going to do to see that this doesn't happen? He said, disintegration. He didn't miss word. He didn't miss word. I want you to hear it again. I want you to hear it again from him.
the younger generation, about how to ensure that we remain secular, where you can practice your religion in any part of the country that you please, without imposing your views or belief systems on any other person. What kind of conversations should we be having, and what should our lawmakers be thinking at the back of their minds? At least they've made the first step, which is dropping this bill and ensuring that it doesn't go through. But in subsequent conversations that you said will inevitably come up, what should we be doing as a people to ensure this doesn't happen?
I'm going to be extreme. For me, if you look at Sudan, or Biafra, North Sudan, South Sudan, I think we should have Northern Nigeria and Southern. That they can practice whatever they want. There's no dialogue because they will not stop. I told you it may take 1,000 years. They will still do it. But if you let everybody go their way, maybe you have enough.
Everybody go their ways.
And you have the sovereignty down south, then you can do what you want. But if you remain and you think you can talk to your Jersey and people that don't care about anything, it will happen. It took hundreds of years before Turkey, Constantinople, Istanbul was converted completely today. And if you look at history will tell you that you cannot assuage these people. Who owns those banks? I did a lot of research, and I want our audience to go and find out the owner of Taj Bank and the other bank. Then the picture will start getting clear to you. We have the Jaiz Bank and you have the Taj Bank. It is an open source information. Go on the internet, the board of directors, you will see the shareholders. I don't want to mention them on national television. Go and do your research, and you're beginning to understand. You begin to understand what I said, that people have been sponsoring terrorism because they want to Islamize Nigeria. Now Tinubu has come, and it's a little bit very hard on them. That section, the kinetic approach is failing. So they are now trying to bring it through the constitution, or to legalize it. If we cannot go through the bush and kill as many people, and they are still resisting us, and this man has come and is fighting this is just killing all the fighters, then let us go to the house and bring it in through the back door. We just remove that clause, personal. They will not know, they will not pay attention. They will just, and that is it. They will still do this thing. Go and find out the owners of those banks. They are the ones sponsoring these narratives. And I always say it on television, go after the sponsors. Those guys speaking in the house, they are just paid to do that. And with time, they're going to bribe the remaining ones, and they will pass it. If not this year, it may be 10 years time. If it's not 10 years time, it may be 50 years. They are going to Islamize this country. But I think the solution, what we should discuss with people should try to understand we are not the same people. In North and South are not the same. The British understood. That's what they are doing in Darego, and they deliberately march us so that we can continue to fight like this, and they can continue to take our resources away.
Speaking about the British, there are several theories out there in terms of all of this Chatham House moves and why our leaders always go to the West before elections. Do you think that the influence of the British about this particular matter and more is significant? Has it waned? Is it still growing? What should be done about it?
No, what the British did is just like what the Belgians, the other, like the French, it's the same method of giving you independence, but they know that you are not independent. Why do you go to Chatham House? Igbo recently wanted to talk about Yoruba nation. I saw him in Britain trying to give them net. And why do we do that? It's because they have very strong influence. They don't be deceived. British are very soft. They're not like the French people. They're not like the Russians. Okay, they're not like the Chinese. Very subtle, very clever. They are the one that is making this happen because it benefits them. You can't be Nigerian president if you don't get the blessing of the British.
What is their benefit, though?
The British benefit?
Yeah.
It's economic. There's no other thing. It's just to be able to take your resources. Look at Sanfora. Look at all your gold and things that mining every day. It's not going to the CBN coffers. It's going to individuals and the British and the Arabs also that are actually orchestrating some of this Islamic thing you are seeing. Jais Bank, this one bank. They are external. They are sponsoring these narratives and they are benefiting by taking your resources away because they have some foolish Nigerians that they can use to help them to cut away your uranium, your gold, your silver, and so on. That's why all the time we never get leadership right. They are the one. And I don't want to talk too much, including the United States. You cannot be president in Nigeria if they don't actually give you their blessing, including France now. France is very strong. They have very strong influence on us now. How it happened, I don't really know about the line, but the French seems to be competing.
So wait, how are we dealing with all of this? If France is strong, that they have the influence on us now, what about the US and China? You know, from where we had a lot of loans from China. So all those countries have influences here.
Yeah, but it's a new scramble for Nigeria. Now they are trying to strategize. But I tell people, you know, I lecture. I'm a lecturer, and I said that, you know, governance is not a rocket science. You know, you need three indices. You know, the first one, you need somebody with an intellect. Okay. The second one, you need.
My fellow Biafrans, you have had it. This is just
okay. Well,
to refresh your memory.
Allow me there.
It is just to refresh your memory that this actually happens. Nigeria does not belong to you. It does not belong to me. The earlier we understand this, the better for all of us. Nigeria does not belong to you and I. As long as you continue to identify yourself with Nigeria, you will never ever make progress. It is a bitter truth that you must have to accept. And for you to know that the Fulani Janjaweed are already in charge, even in Biafran territory. There's a video I saw. Let me see if I can find the video. You will see where the Fulanis are rearing their cow in the city of Owerri with AK-47 in their waist, and nobody is doing anything. In Biafra land, in the public, rearing cow with AK-47 hanged in their waist. In Biafra land, it's not in Hausa land, in Biafra territory. In Biafran territory, Fulanis rearing cow in the heart of the town with AK-47 hanging in their waist. I want you to see it. So when they are talking about Islamization, you think it is something, it's not even a question of many years, it is already happening. And they have already succeeded. Watch.
The heart of the town,
Did you see that guy with AK-47? Did you see him? Did you see that man with AK-47? I want to stop it at where that guy is carrying his AK-47 so that you can understand. You see him with AK-47 in the heart of the town, in Owerri. You want to tell me that this guy is rearing cow with AK-47 in the street, in broad daylight, not night, not forest, in the heart of Owerri? I want you to hear the man. Look at him. AK-47, a herdsman, boldly, fearlessly in Biafra land. And you are still saying Islamization. Listen.
The heart of the town, the heart of the town, beauty of the town Gahara Nama Nama Odion, na 40 Dion, and men over the doors of it. The when they can across the road. And then in the Nama. The Zeni Lake and Namashina Gari. Then in Nama. And then they can Namashina Gari and our road will be over it. I forgot maybe yarn a minute before landing in Namana Gari. Any Namana Bali. Pagode the Muman. Hey, I know she very beautiful hotel.
Did you see that?
The heart of the town, Kanamano. Then the heart which are very then the heart of the town, Obio, the beauty of the town.
You know where a city, where a main city. Herdsmen with AK-47 rearing their camp.
The when they can across the road. And then in the Nama. The Zeni Lake and Namashina Gari. Then they landed in Nama. And then they can Namashina Gari and our road will be over it. I forgot maybe yarn a minute before landing in Namana Gari. Then Namana Bali. Pagode the Muman. Hey, I know she very beautiful hotel.
You have seen it for yourself. You have seen it for yourself. So when we begin to talk, you understand that the Islamization is already happening. They have already taken over. This is just a reminder that you should know and think, what type of Biafra are you really fighting for? This is not the time to continue to blackmail, push propaganda, look for gossip, engage in saga, talk about your brother or your sister. It's a waste of time. The Fulanis are busy taking over our land, but some of you are busy listening to propaganda and blackmail. We are holding program. Look at, we don't have up to 10 people watching. But go and check the platforms where they are pushing propaganda, antagonizing each other, where they are preaching against a fellow Biafra. You go there, you will see people lined up. Ride on, ride on. Your land is being taken over. You are not concerned. None of you is paying attention. Your concern is to where there is propaganda and blackmail. That is where you go. You are looking for a place where there is propaganda and blackmail, where they will bring the picture and message of your brother and sister and begin to analyze nonsense, begin to talk rubbish. That is where you go to. Fulanis are busy putting things in place from into Nigeria, taking over your land. It is sad, but that is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's either you accept it or you wake up. I ask you again, what type of Biafra do you want? I know the Biafra I want. Biafra of truthfulness. Biafra of sincerity. Biafra that belongs to everybody. I don't want the Biafra of blackmail and lies. I don't want the Biafra of propaganda. I need a true Biafra where all men will be equal. People will be respected equally. May Chukwu guide and protect every one of us. We are going to end it here, and I hope to see you tomorrow on our morning program. Tomorrow morning, we are going to come back again and continue to sensitize Biafrans as we always do. Thank you so much for being part of this program. See you again in the evening. Stay blessed.
Yeah, my dear, on the beat.
I see my A rapper don't tell she the new for grave where my uche day. Papa Emeka, don't blind from growing. Pikin don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. Please have they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now dust we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know.
Chinedu voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she no sabi this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try yo.
Back up joints with a trembling. Oh, hey. If we no join now, our children go so.
This is na wicked word. This is na confusion word. Listen to Palibran. I will be telling you a story about one lady girl. Pali they go to work. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. The driver they go. Opposite Udi, but the lucky hand the side. Along Gusukudu Road, I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver waiting they happen. The driver waiting they happen. The driver tell the Pali boy, see no day for talk. See no day for talk. If better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. The driver wait you.